Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Robin Nashak, aka the Spiritual Spinister, and it is time to spin into the stillness. This is that Wednesday evening event that we come together as a community to relax, to take a breath from anything that's been going on during the week, and to spend some time in a brief meditation. And we're going to do things just a little bit differently tonight because tonight is our the meditation that happens before the summer solstice which is coming up. And summer solstice is that time of year where day equals night, the nighttime hours uh, equal the daytime hours. It is a time of balance. It's a time of growth, and it's a time of richness. And so we honor it tonight, and we're going to add to our usual oracle card draw by bringing a card back in from a deck that we haven't used in quite some time called the Earth Magic deck. And so a little bit more about that later, but we've got two cards that we'll be using tonight to give us some information to go into meditation and honor the approaching summer solstice. So, excuse me, let us, first of all, let me get a little drink here. Water. Waterloo Raspberry Nectarine. So we have a two-step process. We first start by setting an intention for our meditation. And it's a simple process, really. It's a matter of articulating what you intend, what you would like to experience as a result of this meditation that we are doing together. Maybe it's more relaxation, maybe it's establishing more of a practice. Maybe you've got a long-term issue that you are looking at honing, and it can all be done by taking a few words or stating those few words in some way that you articulate it. So we can write it down on a little slip of paper, or you can kind of mime writing it down on your hand. Any way that you can give this some voice, and also kind of hold on to that idea while you are meditating. So if you write it on your little slip of paper, you can hold on to it. If you write it on your hand, you can also hold on to it. Maybe you write a meditation journal that you keep with you as you meditate. And so you can kind of add energy to it by writing it down there. And then you can check back and see how your meditations are working in your life when you do that. So whatever way to do it, this is your meditation. If we were live together, I would encourage you to write them on these slips of paper, and then I would gather them, invite you to bring them up to me, and we would throw them into a bowl of burning flames and send them out into the universe. You know, we want to be specific in letting our deep self, in listening to our deep self about what we really want in our life, so that we have an idea, so that we're not out there just living haphazardly. We can envision and imagine what we want for ourselves. And then once we do that, when we meditate on it, we let it go. We set it free. We do not attach ourselves to it. So being specific is important, but also letting go of it is important, and allowing it all to work out. As long as you have stated what your desires are, what your intentions are, then, you know, in a spiritual way, the universe conspires to help bring those intentions to fruition. But once we do that, once we set that intention, we want to let it go so that it can then make it work for us. And we're not that watching that pot of water, expecting it to boil. So let's move on. We've got two cards to read about tonight. Let's first set our intentions by writing them down, however you would like, or just thinking it in your head. Again, this is your meditation. wrote mine. And now, since we cannot be together, for me to collect those little slips of paper from you, I can write another slip because it's my meditation and yours. And I can bring us together in that meditation by writing everyone's intentions, just like I do here, everyone's intentions. When we do this, I'll toss mine into a bowl of flames, which I will have behind me. And then I'll toss everyone's intentions in there and add it to it so that this is basically the proxy for us each individually putting our little tickets into the burning bowl. So you've set that intention. And now this is part two. Again, we're going to add a little bit to it tonight. We are going to first use a card from this beautiful deck of cards called the Earth Magic deck. And we've got a beautiful card about the summer solstice in this deck that we'll spend some time reflecting on. And after we reflect on that card from this deck, we are going to draw from our Star Codes Astro deck of this deck, which will basically serve as a prompt, as a creative prompt for you to inspire you, to allow you to perhaps get a new perspective on the intention that you've set, and will bring some clarity to the intention that you've set. It will add to this other card that we're drawing from the Earth Magic deck. And all of those things together, we will take with us into meditation briefly. And, you know, it is within that stillness that we have that exchange with our deep self. And that's where the magic happens. That's where you hear the voice that is your authentic voice. You hear the deep part of you that always has your back, that always knows what's best for you, even though oftentimes our ego selves or our material selves are trying to tell us differently. Our deep self knows the truth with a capital T. So 2 cards, 1 meditation, 1 intention, and they all come together in our spin into stillness. So I'm going to start now with the first card. I'm just going to put it right up there on the screen. A second. And there we have coming. There it is. This is the summer solstice card. Radiance. Radiance. Love it. So we're going to read a little bit more about this card. With this deck in a while, so let me find it here. So the theme is radiance. It's a beautiful card. The sun is out, and we are the light. This is the time of light, or at least the light is returning, because we're now at the equal amounts of daytime and night light, which will be on June 20th. So Friday. There we go. Summer solstice. Again, think of your intention as I read about the card, and know that we're also going to add this information to the card that we draw from the Star Codes Astro deck. So here we go. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped. Stationary being the stity part of it, and sun being the soul. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. I'm sorry, I said we were at times of balance. I misspoke. Summer solstice is actually we've got the light creeping in. We've got the longest day of the year. I was thinking of the spring equinox, excuse me. So longest day of the year. We've got more daylight hours than any other day of the year. It seems to be taking a much needed rest before making the next circuit across the sky from one solstice to the next. Its ceaseless, predictable uncertainty having existed since before time of our ancestors. There are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or chariot. With the summer solstice comes the culmination of the sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all of its inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound. Passion and playfulness are themes. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest day of the year. We instinctually seek the light, and during this cycle, there is an abundance of it. So again, correcting myself from earlier, I was speaking of the spring equinox when day and night are equal. That is the equinox. But the summer solstice corresponds with the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. So this is the longest day of the year that's coming up on Friday. So it's the time where we want to be radiant. We are feeling the light. We are feeling the joy of this time of lightness, of outdoor magic with holidays and vacations and such. So it is within this idea of playfulness and release and freedom that we can work on or reflect on the intention that we've set. So whatever intention that you've set this evening, think of this radiance as a part of it now, as a part of the way of achieving it. It's one card down. Second card's going to come up. We're going to draw from this deck. Now I'm going to shuffle this up, and then I'm going to draw the top card, because that way we know that I'm not reaching into the card deck and using my own intuition to draw that card. I'm going to draw the top card because we agree that that's all of our cards. This one card combines with the summer card, or with the summer solstice card, radiance, and together they give us information. They give us some focus for our meditation, some questions to ask maybe of our deeper self, of our eternal self, some ways to imagine new perspectives of our intention. So we're ready for our card. Okay, we're going to draw the top card. That, again, the information from this card gets added to the interesting. So our card tonight is solar related. It is Solar Calm. I'm going to put this card down and you're going to get to see it. Wait for now. Solar Calm card. Yes. So I'm going to read more about this card. I think this is one that we have not gotten before. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have. Again, solar calm. Synchronicity is big, is big. We love it here on Wednesday evenings in our Spin into Stillness. We're talking about a time of the sun, and we've got a card that says solar calm. When the sun is calm, with few sunspots or solar flares, its steady energy is quiet and soothes any turbulence in our solar system. The volume is turned down on all other aspects of your astrological chart. Telescopes see farther into space. People tend to search for the metaphysical. Plant growth slows down on Earth, but the arts and creative processes often blossom. Politics tend to be opinionated but quiet, attitudes more entrenched. It's a hard time to start a revolution. Interesting. Our action for this card: just appreciate the deep, energizing quiet of this time. Work for steady progress and play the long game. Listen to your muse and support the arts. Take a creative approach and work toward positive change within the systems that are now in place with gentle, steady pressure. Find like minds and grow those deep connections. Listen to the quieter voices that are not usually heard, whether this is the whispering voice of your intuition, which of course we will be accessing just momentarily, or the subtle voice of the introverts or underrepresented. In romantic relationships, hold hands and look for places of quiet refuge together. Build relationships now that will help you manifest needed changes when the tide turns and the sun activates. The challenge of this card: this is not the time to push ahead or spark change. If you try to motivate practical change in your life or try a totally new approach, it can feel like trying to light a match in the fog. Be patient and the fog will clear in time. The gift of this card: meditation helps. Fancy that. Turn down the noise of the outer world and listen with clarity to the knowing within. Let go of the details of the story and feel the call to spirit, to connection, and the interconnectedness of all existence. In this quiet, you can see far away to the distant stars and the overarching patterns. So we have this time of radiance, this time of feeling illuminated. But for the combination now for tonight's card of solar calm, that card, the sun, is also a time to not start anything new, to relax, to perhaps focus on our artistic endeavors rather than our practical endeavors. It really coincides with the idea that this is a time to relax. So we've done the work, we've done the process, and we kind of seal the deal with our various meditations, which of course we find is good. And then everything starts to work for us. When things begin to get active again, when we start to move from the long days of summer into these shorter days of, well, first of all, to the equal days of the fall, we're seeing movement there. Let's relax. Let's take the next 3 or so months to be still, to bask in the light, to see with much more clarity because we're sitting still, but we're also remaining awake and alert to all the things that we can see with this radiance that we are experiencing, if that makes sense. So, whatever that intention is, it involves radiance, seeing the light, as well as remaining still so that you can hear more clearly, so that you can clarify in your own mind what your intentions are, what your expectations are, what you would like to be in the world. So let us meditate on these ideas. I'm going to ask you to get comfortable while I continue to set us up for our meditation. And again, I put both cards up on the screen so that you can see them both. And then we'll meditate. So when you get relaxed, I want you to be comfortable, but also alert if you can. Because when you do that, you can remain open to the dialogue. There we go. So there's our card. So we've got the summer solstice next to our solar calm. And we're going to begin, as we always do, with our 3 breaths that we take together, breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale again. And exhale fully. And one more breath. Inhale and hold and exhale. Now we've taken our breaths together. Your breathing can return to a comfortable, natural pace, but remember to take those breaths deeply. Hold them for a moment, and then exhale slowly as well. Each breath that you inhale and exhale relaxes our bodies more and more. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling our bodies relax and become softer and softer. And as they do, our tensions in our bodies just are released. As well as our emotional tensions. Now, some of us might be attached to some of the tensions that we have emotionally, maybe even physically. But for tonight's meditation, we can put them aside for a few minutes. They'll be there for us to pick up when we're done if we would like, or we can leave them where we've let them go. But for now, tensions with every breath just dissipate and disappear. And our stresses from the day also just vanish. We're feeling so relaxed right now. We're feeling so safe. We feel so cared for. We feel so seen by these cards. The sound of the tones, hypnotic, taking us deeper and deeper within ourselves. And so I want us to imagine ourselves at a favorite summer place. One that is usually associated with sunlight. Maybe it's the beach. Maybe it's a sunny meadow. Maybe it's the pool. Maybe it's our backyard. And I want us to be there in this place, in our minds, in our imagination. And as we are relaxing in this place, however we want to relax, maybe we're reclining, maybe we're sitting in a chair or on a bench, maybe we're laying in our beautiful lush garden, wherever that favorite sunny summer place is. And as we relax in this safe, wonderful place of in our mind's eye, let's turn our attention toward the intention that we set. Imagine that intention as you've written it, or as you imagine it in the palm of your hand. And imagine in your mind's eye opening your hand to reveal that intention in some way. As you open your palm, the sunlight hits that intention. And as it illuminates those words that you've written or imagined writing, suddenly that sunlight is revealing just a little diorama, just a little scene of that accomplished intention right there in the palm of our hands. And the sun is hitting that intention and bringing this fulfilling of that intention right there in front of you. Like a little play, like a little silent play. That scene is a possibility for that intention that you've set. It's one possibility. And that possibility is just clear and radiant, illuminated, but you can only see this little diorama in this still place. And so for the next few moments, this is a conversation, a private one, between you and your deep self. And that deep self is showing you in this little diorama the possibilities of this intention being fulfilled and how you might get there. So in your mind's eye, focus on this little scene that is unfolding, illuminated by the sunlight in your palm. Imagine it coming from your palm directly around you in an immersive way. And living out this possibility. And I'll be back on the other side of this little active imagining, this little creative visualization. Discussion, we've had the clarifying from our deep self. We feel so exhilarated and refreshed from this beautiful sunlight, from this extended day that is coming up on Friday. We have everything we need to experience what we seek. We have it all within us. Let us begin to return to our physical bodies again. And first of all, become very aware that we are breathing as we have been for the entire time. Our breath is going in and out. In and out. We feel ourselves returning just by remembering our body is here. Let's return quickly by taking 3 quick breaths together, inhaling quickly and exhaling quickly, and then opening our eyes on that last breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. And one more deep breath. And exhale quickly as we open our eyes and return to our space here. So, what'd you think? What did you feel? What did you see? What are you being told about this intention that you've set by radiance with clarity from the sun? I hope you've enjoyed this evening's meditation. Thank you for being with me and bearing with me through a few little hiccups, including my dogs barking. Of course, as soon as I turn the noise suppression off so that you can hear the drums, they start barking. But that is the little training session that helps us keep still in any situation, regardless of what we hear or see, because that's really the thing that we're seeking ultimately, the ability to get to that space from wherever. It's great that we're sequestered now. It's great that we're alone. We found that space for some relaxation and for some clarity, but we want to be able to access that if we can from wherever we can, whenever we can. So, Sue, you are faithful on this Zoom. Thank you so much for joining here. I love you so much. Looking forward to another conversation soon. I hope you're doing well. And let's see if anybody else is anywhere else, as I love to check. And again, I often forget to let people know that I would love for them to subscribe and like this page. Please let me know that you're here, number one. And also, let me know it's working. Let me know what you felt, what you've experienced as a result of these meditations. Why don't you? I would love that. I would love to know more about number one and also happening with you, especially related to our meditations. So, Monica, hello. Happy summer solstice to you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here as always. I had a feeling you would be. Let's see if anybody's on the YouTubes. Again, you can watch this recording at any time. You can also hear our recordings on my SoundCloud page, all of which is on my link tree, which I can put in the notes to this event in both places. So Linktree has all these meditations as audio only, link to them in audio only form on SoundCloud. So please join me there and listen to some of the past tree, which I can put in notes. So again, you can leave a comment at any time. You can leave a comment in SoundCloud. Just would love us to be active and engaged in this discussion. So I'm going to send you off to your evening. We had 2 cards and a longer meditation. And I love to talk, making myself hoarse. So go forth. Have a happy beginning of summer. That's coming up on Friday. Happy solstice. The day is going to be the longest day of the year. Enjoy the light, bask in the light, see all that you can, clarify all that you can. And we'll meet you back here next week and we can talk about how that light is impacting us. So have a beautiful evening. Happy solstice.